dear friends. So today we have very beautiful masters, beautiful yoga teachers who are practicing yoga from long time. So they are practicing it as well as they are teaching. So they are really new age, beautiful, always happy couple. Whenever I see them, I really feel that different energy, always and always. So at such young age they are pursuing their PhD also. So welcome Nikhil and Vyshnavi.
Hello.
So Nikhil, how long you are practicing yoga?
So I have been practicing yoga from past 2.5 years. So I came to know about this yoga, and I got the intuition to take my path in spirituality through yoga 2.5 years back. So when COVID started, we were completely stick to house, right? So that time I was more into this spiritual way, the spiritual practices, doing more meditation, reading books. So I got so much time to spend for myself and my spiritual growth. So at that moment, I got the intuition to study on yoga and what actually yoga means and how spirituality is related to yoga. And then I got an intuition that this yogic knowledge should be taken and given to the students right from the young age.
Yeah.
So this knowledge is the ultimate knowledge that a student can get it. So if he get that knowledge, he will grow up as a very good human being. So that intuition, I got it, and from then I started working on it, and I started doing trainer course in SVASA Institute, and I completed my certification course as a trainer. And then later on, I continued my studies in yoga. And currently, we are doing a PhD in yoga and spiritual science. That's how
great.
I started my journey in yoga.
Yeah, so both of you are pursuing PhD in yoga right now?
Yeah, both of
Both
us.
of us.
Okay.
We are in the middle of third semester is about to finish.
Okay, that's great. So Vaishnavi, I would love to know about you. I think you started your journey long back, maybe long back. So what was the reason and why you inspired to start this thing?
No, it was like when I am a kid, I used to love this yoga asanas, and even there are few sessions that were happening in Anantapur, Bhikshamaya Guruji. So my father used to send me because those sessions are especially for kids. I went along with meditators. There are group of meditators. We have always been grown up with meditator families and with their kids. So we went all together there. But there, my favorite thing is every morning we practice yoga, and I am very young, maybe some 9 years, 8 years. I used to love it a lot. So yeah, then I understood I could do it too good. Maybe it was young. Our body is very flexible. And from then, my father always want us, me and my brother, to do some or other physical activity after we wake up. And because of him, I guess we cannot say that there is no such activity in our life, that there is no yoga. Because every time we wake up, he wants us to do some other stretches. It was going like that. But after, in 2018, when I started meditation, I never came into meditation because of yoga. After coming into meditation and practicing it, I come to know that yoga is my way of, like maybe kind of life purpose. Through yoga, I can spread meditation more. So when I started meditating, I got this intuition that yoga is something I could connect with myself. And again see that Bhikshamay Guruji, that was initiation. And in 2018 when I went to Quantum Life University, every day morning Lokanath Anna, he used to make up a few sequence yoga flows, and he will ask us to practice them in the Maitreya Buddha Hall. Beautiful weather. So at that time I used to enjoy that like anything. That is again my favorite session, waking up early, getting that connection with myself. Then I understood clearly, this is what I love the most. I'm the happiest there. And yes, and it is like coincidence. When I'm leaving that, Newton sir said only one thing: never leave yoga, practice every day. I don't know why he said that. And that from that day I started practicing every single day. No guru. I didn't go to any what we call yoga center or anything. I started practicing. Yes, and then as Nikhil did his trainer course in SPyasa, I did in Bodhi. So in Bodhi yoga school, I have done that, and then after finishing my international certificate, then again through meditation, I understood that that's not something I have to learn, because I learned only physical asanas, and then this PhD came into existence. Then I saw this. I thought, okay, this is the correct time that I have to increase more learning about yoga and do research, all this stuff. So here we are doing PhD and spreading yoga in very beautiful way as much as we can.
I must say congratulations to you first, because this is something very different, in today's generation, people are tend to do professional jobs or anything, maybe any business or anything, but you chosen something very different. And when I see both of you, you look like you are made for each other, and the purpose you are serving together is really beautiful ever. So Vaishnavi, what is yoga? Who is Yogi?
So actually Nikhil said, right, he started practicing yoga in 2018, but I just wanted to say, no, he's always part of yoga. He started practicing asanas in 2018. So 12 years back, when they come to know about this PSSM or meditation, that is the first step. He's already part of yoga, but he consciously does not know. That's what is yoga is. Yoga is not just asanas. Never about asanas. Asanas is just a small page in that huge book of yoga. Or we can say it's just one small part in yoga. So yes, that's how we can define yoga. And also I can say this one word. All of us have come from that Brahman, and we are just going through different incarnations. Yoga is the process that helps us to go back to that Brahman, become that God once again. So that's.
And even in yoga, whatever Patanjali has written, he has written Ashtanga Marga, means 8 paths for attaining the yogic state. So in that 8 path, if we see, it's yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These are the 8 things. So if you see deep into the Ashtanga Marga, Yoga Sutras, also Yoga Sutras, Patanjali has written. In that, if you see deep into that, nowhere he mentioned any particular asana, like you have to do this asana, this asana, this asana. He didn't say. He mentioned asana means sthiram, sukham, asanam. Means sthiram means firm, sukham means comfortable. Asana is comfortable seating is called asana. Means if you are able to sit in a particular posture for some hours, then it means that you have mastered that asana. So that is the meaning of asana. Asana means seating posture. That is what the actual meaning he has given. But later on, yogis, different yogis came and developed all these asanas. Of course, they are also very important. But actual essence of being a yogi and following yoga means it is nowhere yoga is separate from spirituality. Ultimate goal of yoga is to attain your self-realization. Which samadhi state, which we are doing in meditation. So even in the Ashtanga Marga, dhyana is there. Dhyana and later samadhi. So when you practice the dhyana, meditation, finally the state that you achieve is samadhi. So that is the ultimate goal of yoga. So what we think of yoga generally when we go out and speak about yoga, people only think about doing asanas, physical things.
Yes.
But it is just a small part of it. If you do it, it is well and good, very good. But the ultimate goal is not just keeping ourselves with doing physical asanas. Right. But ultimate thing is there are a lot of ways of living. It is actually a lifestyle. Yoga is not just doing some asanas and doing whatever you want. It's about way of life.
So asanas are tools to reach that state. And so what you would like to say about meditation and yoga? Are they both same?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. I just wanted to say to all the viewers before we go deeper into this subject, whenever we use the word yoga, it's never about asanas. Whenever we use asanas, it's asanas. We always know who is called yogi. Who performs asanas is yogi?
No.
No.
Ramana
Yogi
Maharshi didn't do asanas, but he is a yogi.
He's a yogi.
Vivekananda didn't do asanas, he is also a yogi. So, asana doesn't define a person as a yogi. It's just a part. But so, whenever we speak about yoga, the word yoga, it means it's a holistic way, like spirituality, meditation, so many spiritual concepts all together will come as a yoga. So, when we speak about asanas, it is different subject.
Yeah.
Okay.
So coming to your answer, yes. So meditation is definitely part of yoga. Meditation is a process that help you to become yogi. But for the very beginners, like who just came from that Brahmand or who are just in the process in the path, asanas will help them to sit in that position, first to concentrate, to master their physical body. Because unless and until they can comfortably sit, it's not possible for them to attain that meditative state. I just wanted to give everybody this one example. Imagine you are already suffering with knee pains. Can you concentrate?
Not possible.
Can you sit into meditation for hours? You are having your back pain. Can you do that? You have this stubborn shoulders. Can you meditate happily for hours? So this physical body is very important for us to practice meditation, to take knowledge, to become yogi. This physical body need to be taken care. So for meditator, to attain meditative state, it's important to take care of our physical body. Yes, asanas play major role in that. That's very important thing.
Right. So you mean it makes us discipline more, and the discipline is very important in the beginning of or to seek or to start this path, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So, whatever you said, the discipline, self discipline is very much important when you are doing spiritual sadhana. So, even in the Ashtanga Marga, which I have said, Patanjali has said, in that Yama, Niyama, these two things are there. So, it is like self discipline and also the social disciplines. These two things will speak about that. So, when we speak about Yama, inside in that we have Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Parigraha, these things are there. And when it comes to Niyamas, self Niyamas, which we need to follow for ourselves.
Satya,
Satya,
Saucha,
Saucha.
Brahmacharya,
So
and
all
many
these things,
things.
are the disciplines. Swadhyaya is there
Ishvara
in that.
Pranidhana. These are all part of again niyamas.
So these are all the things which we need to initially follow when we are starting our spiritual practices. So that only when you practice those things, your mind will just calms down, and then you will focus completely on your spiritual growth. Otherwise, if you want to meditate, if you are not in contentment, self contentment, and if you just sit into meditation, your mind goes out for the physical things if you are craving for something.
Right. Yeah.
So
Very true.
yeah, very true. So what we have to do is we need to first understand the subject which is there inside yoga, and when you understand the subject and then you start practicing meditation, then you will understand so many things. So you will understand that okay, these are not the permanent things. Why we are doing yoga? So why we are doing yoga is to seek the forever
Higher
thing,
knowledge.
to seek the self, to seek the higher knowledge, which is always existed, which is abundant. So once we seek that, nothing will seem to be important for you in this physical world. Of course, we all enjoy the physical things, but we don't get attached to that.
Right.
If you have a car, you enjoy it, but you don't say that if there is no car, I cannot live.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that kind of attachment will not be
balance
there.
will
That
be
balance
there.
will be there.
Right. Very true.
So that is why we need to know the knowledge of yoga.
Right.
So without that, if you just say someone to sit into meditation, some people cannot, some people can do meditation,
Right.
but some people cannot focus. They will just struggle. They don't understand why these thoughts are coming to them, why these kind of pains are coming to them. So when we make them understand the importance of yoga, if you give them this yogic knowledge, if you make them to do some practices in yoga, then they will feel that okay, now I am able to meditate peacefully. Why? Because mind is playing there.
Yeah.
Mind is a major thing that is that needs to be controlled in yoga. So when all these practices are done, mind will get just calms down, and then when you sit into meditation, everything goes fine.
Right.
Actually, in short, I can say one small example. Let us take an example. We all want to come to Kartal.
Right.
Okay. I have a car and my destination is Kartal. So definitely, if I am coming in car, I have to take care of the condition of the car, whether it is petrol is completely there or not, whether the car will help me to reach that Kartal or not. Then we took everything, make sure that car is in perfect state, and then we are on our way. Okay, and we finally came to Kartal. And now, if you just sit in the car, what happens? We have to get down from the car. You have to, then you, once you are there in Kartal, you have to get down from the car and then you have to explore Kartal. The same happening with people. Asanas are important. Asanas are just like car. Your body has to be taken care. It has to be taken care. But once you reach that state, once you are perfectly okay and you are ready, then that is the time you have to step into meditation. Just like how we enter Kartal. Now enter meditation. If you're stuck here, if you're still in that asanas mode, when will you go to next step? But if you don't take care of car, how can you come to Kartal?
Right.
There'll be
So-
many struggles. So
Yes, definitely. Like it's a really different perspective, and it's a beautiful way to look at it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things are there to understand. So, does a meditator need yoga? And if yes, then why? Because I think meditators are already doing yoga, right? So yeah, yoga and
Living with yogic knowledge.
yes, and the asanas as well, because asanas, as you mentioned, that this is the tool using as a car, which is really important. So how these both things are important?
I'll just take a small example. Generally, I use this example for explaining about yoga. So, this is my favorite example. Like, let us take an example of chariot. Chariot is there, and for the chariot, horses will be there, and the charioteer who is riding that chariot. So, these three things we will take an example of our real life. So, the chariot is our body,
Right,
and the horses is our mind.
mind,
And the charioteer who is riding is ourself, means the soul.
soul. Yeah.
So what happens if there is no proper guidance from the chariot? If charioteer is not there, or the horses is not listening to the chariot, it is going in its own way. What happens to the chariot, the body? It just goes wherever the horse is taking, and it may take to a wrong way, it may take to hilly way, it may take to some rocks, it may hit somewhere. The body gets damaged, means the chariot gets damaged.
Yes.
So the horses doesn't know how to take the body in a right way. So that is the reason why what we do in our real life, we don't know what to eat, what not to eat, and how to maintain this body. So we eat excess, and we eat what we should not eat, and that's why this body is getting spoiled.
Right, yeah.
Because why? Because we have limited knowledge with our mind, whatever we have gathered the knowledge from the physical world, that with that knowledge we are leading our life, but we are not seeking the true knowledge from the self or the spiritual knowledge.
charioteer knows everything.
Charioteer knows everything, where to guide the horses, in which path we need to go, but horses never listen the words of the charioteer. So once what happens in this yogic way of living, when you do meditation, these horses will start listening to the charioteer. So now charioteer will control this mind, which is horses, and take it to the righteous path. And now this yoga, so the main thing here is making the horses to listen to the charioteer, means making our mind to listen to the self. So mind and self are the main important things. But what yoga is doing is only focusing on chariot. So decorating it. So if you just decorate the chariot, if you do all the things, and if there is no charioteer who is riding the horse, there is no use. That's what happening now.
Yeah,
So we
everybody
all
is
are taking care of
asanas,
we all are taking
body,
care of
you-
asanas, we are taking care of this asana, that asana, it heals, everything we are speaking about, but not the right spiritual knowledge or the values we are taking. So here the main intention of yoga is to coordinate your mind to the soul. So when this mind hears to the soul, then it goes in a right path. It understands how to maintain the chariot, like how to maintain the body. So what happens here, when even meditators, like when we are meditating, for example, if I am sitting into meditation for 1 hour, I am feeling knee pains. Means somewhere our physical body is not still prepared to sit for a longer time. Means that asana sati is still somewhere it's not proper. So what we can do minimal exercises, minimal asanas, which is good for your knees, so that your body will get tuned. And if you practice that for a longer time, and then if you sit to meditation, you can observe that there will not be pain.
So
So
initially,
you can, yeah,
initially that alignment between the three of
three of the things should be there.
should be there.
If
yeah.
there is any problem in the wheel for the chariot, what we do, we just service it and we get it ready.
It's
Maintenance
a
is
lifetime
ready.
process, not initially. We have to take care of our body at every stage. Let me give an example. Yesterday, one of our grandfathers, he's also a meditator from our town. He came to me. He was asking me, he need a set of asanas because he has this stubborn neck and even some knee pains, so that he cannot sit into meditation. He wants spiritual knowledge. He wants to meditate for long hours. His body is not supporting. So definitely yoga helps them.
Wow.
Especially not yoga is everything, but asanas definitely help them. And I have to explain one more other way. We always limit asanas are just for this physical body. No, asanas have another effects too.
Even in the mental way of thing, we can take the help of asanas. So like for example, if a person is very stubborn or very egoistic, he carries always the pride.
Right.
Like he is in a very good position, a very high position, where he is leading some hundreds of people.
It's a sanskar, we can say,
Yes.
from long times.
Times,
True.
whatever
Vasanas, all
samskaras
this.
that they have carried from lifetimes.
Yes.
So with that, it comes naturally for them to carry the pride wherever they go.
Yeah, because it's natural for them.
Natural for them.
They feel good. They feel that greatness by praising themselves, and they want these things from others as well.
But asanas help them.
So when they are carrying that kind of pride, what happens? They will not be able to access the new knowledge. So this already, whatever the learnings or the knowledge that they have that will stop their new learnings. So those kind of people, how we can treat is like when they perform so many forward bending asanas, like lying down. Paschimottanasana is there, Balasana is there. There are set of asanas where you will go forward and lie down, bend down and do it. So bending down means you are surrendering, you are grounding. So when they practice continuously, very deeply, completely focusing on the asanas, when they practice for some months, slowly that I reduces in them. So it affects on their mental body, and also that gives kind of groundedness in them, so that pride will get reduced.
So here's a question. See, this is something ultimate solution able to understand here. What happens when people takes medicines for different diseases? See, as you said, ego, or if it is related to anger, right? So a lot of allopathic medicines are there, or different medicines, allopathic, Unani, homeopathy, anything. Does medicine really help in such cases?
Actually, there is one beautiful thing in PSSM, those who are viewing, I want to say, Patrisa said no medicine. So the pyramid masters, whoever viewing this, or even whoever else viewing this, let us question ourselves. So are we living that no medicine? No? Why? It is possible. It is possible. I don't know when Nikhil last took a medicine. I took last medicine at 9th class, I guess. Not even 9th class. When I was some 9 or 10 years around, I stopped. I got fever. I got cold. I got, sometimes motions or sometimes vomits, everything. But why I didn't go for medicine? Because lack of fear. You should not have fear. Always fear. When will the fear will disappear? When you have the knowledge. Let me take an example. Why people go for medicine? Because one small example will explain. There is a smartphone. I give to an old woman. Okay, I gave that smartphone to an old woman, and that woman does not know anything about that smartphone. Okay, if something happens, even if Papa prices, if she touches and something else happens, she will get afraid. Because she might think something happened to the mobile. I did something. Someone has to help it. But somebody who clearly know how to use that mobile, will they feel the same?
No.
So all of us are unaware of our body. Just like how that old woman does not know what is that mobile, and how to handle it. We are living in this body. We don't know. We clearly don't know why we are getting cold. Today I'm suffering with cold. Why I got it? I should know. Because lot of dirt, lot of dust around, it went inside, and now the body's time, it is just sending outside. I should be grateful, it's perfectly working. But what people do, just like that old woman, they'll get afraid. Oh, there is some cold happened, I have to now, they put in the tablet, so that body is working fine, they want it to stop.
There are very minimal diseases for which our immune system can handle it very nicely, and it can heal itself. But before that does its work, what we do is, for simple headache or simple cold or simple light fever, every time we want immediate solutions.
Right.
We cannot bear it, we cannot hold it for
The
some time.
patience is not
Patience
there
is
for-
not there, because of that, what we do, immediately we put a tablet. What happens because of immediately putting the tablet is, naturally our body will have this immune system to fight against the illness. So it is ready to fight, it is fighting, it is taking some time. But what we are doing, we are putting the tablet, and that tablet, what it will do, it will suppress your immune system. Okay, you calm down, I'll take care. So it will do its work, and your immune system is calming down. Every time some ill health happens, it is rising, and you are putting tablet and you are calming down. So naturally what happens, immune
After
system
few
will
days.
forget working. So immune system will become weak. We have to make our immune system to work more and more, so that even if you are feeling ill for now, for the coming years or the coming months, your immune system will grow very stronger, and so that you will never get ill.
Yeah.
So that's how we need to train our body. Even when we get minimal cold or something, there are some pranayama techniques, like Bastrika is there. So all these
Kriya
things,
techniques are there. I want to
yoga
give
techniques is
an
there.
example to these people. One of my friend was there. She was suffering with acidity, lot of acidity. She can't breathe. In the middle of the night, she wake up with that heaviness in this, even in the neck and everywhere. But she can eat from the 8 months only 2 tiffins. One is upma, one is pongal. She was surviving like that, going from one doctor to another doctor. That is, and then she taking the tablets, and they are increasing her acidity problems. So she came to our home. We know we can. It can be easily cured. So yes, she came to our home. She stayed for 41 days. All we did was we made her practice Kunjala twice, and then everyday yoga practice, and very Shuddha Sattvic food, very normal food, and then along with meditation and few books, spiritual books.
Beautiful.
And she
beautiful.
healed in 21 days itself. And now she's eating everything. What did we do? We do nothing. We make her to do, it's not creating dependency, but medicines are creating dependency. We just make her understand you can do anything. So it's all about that. No medicine is the power. I'm enjoying that power. I hope that everybody who ever see you, we can always bring back that power of healing ourselves. Definitely that works.
That is something very great, and thanks for elaborating in such a way that anyone can understand. There are placebo effect, right? The person who is suffering from long time, just they need to remove that fear, and doctor just by giving that placebo, it is just dependency. It is
That's
just mental fear based dependency on medicine. So medicine is doing nothing but just giving that support, mental support, emotional
Exactly.
support. So that is great, and so many case studies are there. Even people, they healed their cancer. If cancer could be cured, then why not this such small
things.
things? But I have a small question to both of you. When there is uh, big diseases, if someone created cancer in their body, so how to come out of, because that is even a thought pattern which created this thing from long period. So how to cure without medicine?
First thing, I want to speak about this, like bigger diseases, like as you said, cancer. So first thing, what our intention to take this yoga knowledge is to prevent it rather than occurring it. So prevention is always better than cure.
Curing.
So when you are practicing this yogic knowledge right from the early age, that's why we are saying it is very important. Right from the early age when you are practicing it, you will not face those kind of things. So secondly, once if you get it, it's okay, you didn't practice it, you got the disease now. Now finally, I'm not saying that don't use medicine. Some bodies are like, from childhood they have been taking medicines for simple things. Now when they are facing this bigger problem, it's not so easy to say that don't use medicine. So medicine, independent, to live independent of medicine, you need to have your spiritual energies to such an extent that you can cure your diseases. So your spiritual energy, your energies are this level, and your medicine, your intake of medicines is this level. So if you just leave that medicines are also gone, and your energy is also not there. So you will be helpless. So what we suggest is, when you are having the habit of taking medicines, try to reduce the content and increase your meditation practices. So this will improve your energies. So only when you improve your energies, you will feel independent of medicines.
You will stop automatically. Doctor says.
Healing will happen naturally. So there are so many cases, even cancers, as I said, there are cases where they have reduced with meditation. But how much meditation you have to do? Like, you have this big problem and you are doing this much meditation. That will not support. A big bowl is there and you are giving this much fire. That will not sufficient to cook. So it should be sufficient. That quantity we need to see. We have big problem, we need to do more meditation. So that is how we raise our spiritual energy. At the same time, when you raise your spiritual energies, automatically you will feel this medicine, I don't need this medicine. It is not like most of the people in our PSSM also, meditators also, we see that no medicine we have to take. They will leave the medicine. But what about the spiritual practice?
They still complain, they are still in fears, in limitations, losing their energy in normal life. So how can they use it for curing a disease?
Very true, very true. And when you said about energy, I got a question that because I know that non-veg is is really not good, and we are not meant for. Is non-veg is an obstacle for our growth, our practice?
100%. So in yoga, the first principle is yama. In yama, first one is ahimsa.
There's no beginning to yoga. That is a A. Without learning A, how can you learn alphabets and then write stories?
In Ashtanga Marga of Patanjali, first one is yama. Under yama, there are again few things to follow. As I said, social disciplines. In social disciplines, the first one is ahimsa. The first is ahimsa. So under ahimsa, so whatever the himsa that we are creating, everything should be stopped. So only then you will be first. Actually, yoga is a process of making a human being near to divinity. But when you are doing himsa, first of all, you are not even near to humanity. So first we need to leave the himsa and then come to humanity, and then now if you are practicing meditation, slowly you will get the divinity. So first obstacle is
non-veg, or even
any form of himsa is an obstacle. So it is obstacle for the others and also obstacle for our self, our growth. So first that has to be stopped. Right from the first step is you have to stop. Even though if you don't do meditation also, it's not a problem. First we need to stop doing himsa.
There are many people outside saying that they are yogis and they're still consuming non-veg.
Yeah, so they do asanas.
It's
very
time
nice,
to think. They didn't even start. So they didn't even start yogic practice without leaving that himsa in their life.
And one more important point is, after coming into meditation, we have learned all spiritual knowledge from our gurus, Patriji or many other masters in our society. And when I started learning about yoga, specifically about asanas and all those things, I was very clearly able to relate all those knowledge. It was very easy. If I was not there in PSSM or not being with these knowledge, when I started learning, if I would have started learning yoga, it would have been a completely different subject for me. Like, I didn't know why this has been given and how this will heal your life. What is energy, what is kundalini, what is chakras, everything will be new to me. Everything would have been new to me.
That's why I said, if not pyramid master, if not a member of PSSM, who can understand yoga to the best? Who can make use of yoga, this process of asanas, pranayama, all these will be used effectively if you are a pyramid master. So this is like blessing to us. If we make these practices also part of our life, we achieve that spiritual growth very, very beautifully.
So yes, it's really very, very important thing to understand, being a PSSM master, what is yoga. And we may not understand or we may not practice all 18 guiding principles, but this is very important principle, and it comes under yoga practice also to be. So we should not practice violence. We should practice ahimsa very strictly.
Yeah,
Very strictly.
actually, I just want to add one point. If you see 18 principles, most of the principles, that Patriji was were really mentioned even in yoga, that Ashtanga mark, Swadhyaya, non-violence, or many other things, Satya, all these. So I was like clearly understood. Patri sir already gave that cream
Yes,
to
yes.
us,
Yes.
very beautiful cream to us. So it's time for us to understand more about yoga, because that no medicine, but somehow we don't know how to attain that no medicine state. If you're just meditator who is leading a very, one thing I wanted to say, we are a meditator, but we still eat junk. We are a meditator, we still eat, maybe sometimes we go out, we eat garlic or some other stuffs. We might involve in some other unnecessary activities that is affecting our physical body. So in the times, so we have some beautiful practices in yoga so that we cleanse them. Instead of vomiting is happening, instead of using a tablet to stop that vomiting is a very normal process. It's not getting digested, so it's throwing out. And now what we are doing, we are using a tablet so that you are seeing it. Just stay inside. It's not getting digested and we're
Yeah.
not letting it out.
We are not listening our body,
True.
and that is really not good. That is not natural. Yeah.
But in yoga, Kunjala practice is there. Just by using that, you can happily vomit and
Yes, by
remove
using the saline
everything.
water, drinking it continuously and vomiting it out. There is a
So-
process where it will cleanse all the impurities inside your stomach.
So when should we do? In the morning before
It's
starting
not
the
like
day?
regular practice. Whenever there is a need, if you feel there is some
morning.
indigestion or something, in the morning you can do it.
So how many times you would suggest in a month?
Actually, Kunjala, if you're having normal, if you're feeling vomiting sensation, you can do it. But like to those who wants to clean their stomach regularly, Kunjala is suggested in the beginning. They might do 3 months once. But if you're suffering with acidity, you can do it based on the levels of your acidity. At least monthly once. You can do it so that it clears your entire esophagus and even stomach and all this. And it's very pure. It's just with water. Even Jalaneti. Today we just roam there. There's a lot of vehicles moving, many people dancing, that dust will
Dust,
enter
yeah,
into
pollution.
our nose. So I have this beautiful process, Jalaneti. All I have to is, run the water from this nostril to this nostril. It cleanses entire nostril passage. I have seen when I was in Bodhi, there are set of parents who bring their 5-year kids. They are not using tonic for cold. They make them do Jalaneti. If a 5-year kid do, you are afraid of water, but you're not afraid of some medicine. You can see what water is. We're all inside water for 9 months. You can swim. You're afraid of water to just pass it from one nostril to another nostril. You're not afraid of what that medicine has. So this
A little practice
lot of lack of
initially
knowledge.
will make everything very easy.
All things need practice. Even
Yes.
before learning cycle, before learning bicycle, right?
True.
We fell down, but we didn't stop.
True.
Yeah, that courage should be there. And when we look ourselves healthy, so this is the very important and basic thing. We should not have fear. So that is very true. So coming to my next question, how did you get inspired to start this journey, and why you named it as Yogi's Joy? Few lines about your initiative.
She has started Yogi's Jai actually. I became a part of it.
No, it's like when in 2019, I guess in the end of 2019, I used to teach people, but there is no particular name. Without name, I teach people. Even in Paima, I used to teach, make them practice yoga, enjoy that happiness of yoga. Then I thought of this name because people always are afraid of yoga somehow. Even just normal asanas, they think that they need guru. What happens if I move this side, that side? that side. But when I started practicing on my body, I understood it's just joy. It's very natural, it's very easy. You don't have to always go for very tricky asanas. They are just to make you feel happy. Yogi's joy is something that clearly says that leading a yogi life is just joy. You can do it with joyful mode, no restrictions, not much pain, no suffering. It's all about taking you towards joy. That's the real meaning of yogi's joy. And I'm glad when I met him, by that time he has finished his yogic journey and he wants it to take into children. And then when I said about this yogi's joy, he immediately jumped in. And from there, we did many things from the part of Yogi. I think he will explain a lot about it.
Please,
Yeah.
Nikhil.
So from that channel, we started teaching yoga to people like through Zoom, and we conducted recently 41 days session, where 41 days morning we will train them how to do some basic asanas, all the basic asanas, and if they are new, they need some support. So we used to guide them how to take support and start the asanas and
With the
continue them
props.
with some properties. And also finally we made them to understand how they can do their own set of asanas, practicing some flows and continue their own set of asanas, so that they will have a confidence that okay, I can also frame some flows and we can also do that. Confidence will come. So we started like that, and also we used to take classes to kids, or any way possible in Zoom meetings. We just give this knowledge.
Even through Yogi's Joy, we have performed few workshops. Those are like workshops to correct their posture. Because many of the people don't know how to sit in a proper posture. And they sit in the wrong posture and they end up with diseases. Just by sitting, they are going towards illness. And there are people who don't know how to sleep. So we used to take sessions how to have a happy sleep. Because yoga is not just about asanas, it's a way of life. They have to correct their posture, their sleeping patterns, even their emotional state. So, and there was like huge response from them. Always love. We have received a lot of love from them. So we understood in this path, nothing. There's only joy and love. Nothing but love.
It's a really great thing. It's really beautiful celebration within. As Patri sir always said, celebrate, enjoy and celebrate your life. So that's what you started.
True.
That's what you both started. So congratulations, Nikhil and Vyshnavi, for this beautiful initiation in your life for humans, for human beings. So I want to know, can anyone practice yoga and asanas without guru also?
Without guru, there are certain basic things. It's about their own interest. So if I am having interest and if I am having some past knowledge, some people like for example take her, so she has learned by her own. So how she was able to learn by her own is she might have some past life's knowledge or somewhere inside her which guided her in a right way, like she practiced it by her own. But there are some things which even those people need some
Assistance,
learnings
just a
from
push.
step is from push from a guru should always be there. So for me, I had an intention to learn, and I needed a guru because I am new. I didn't have any past knowledge or something within me which made me to learn anything, everything. So here, when I started my journey in PSSM, so Patriji was our guru, and there were different masters who came and shared their knowledge. So if they were not there, we are not there. So guru is everywhere. Guru, without guru, there is there is
I
no
can say
learning.
very simply, it's about their state. See,
It's about
I
their
felt
state.
like my body and my breath is my guru. My soul said it. And few people are very afraid. They can't do without guru. So few people can do it in the online Zoom sessions. So it depends on them. The level. And for few people, many things we don't know what we do. We open Google, we try to understand, we try simply, easy. We're using for everything but not for yogic knowledge. We are hearing, we can use this sign, this Google and all these wonderful signs out there for yoga too, for spiritual science too. So definitely for basic things, you can try if your heart is saying so. Do not stop because you didn't find guru. Start it. You will understand your limitations. You will grow beyond them too. But definitely, there are few Please do not try without Guru, especially Shat Karmas,
Kriyas.
Bandhas, Kriyas. But asanas, you can always go for it step by step. It's completely okay.
It's not just about asanas. Holistically, what I want to say is what our Patriji has told. Your guri is your guru. Your breath is your guru. So here when I say guri means your focus. If you want to learn something, the intention, the strong desire inside us to learn that is your guru. So that will show you the righteous path, and that will bring you a guru. And there is another quote like, when the student is ready, the guru
I
appears.
wanted to say that actually.
When the student is ready, guru appears. So when the student is ready means your intention and your desire is
So
strong. So a guru appears in your life, and they will teach us, they will train us. And here if we consider guru as a physical person, no, not only physical person,
Guru can be of
guru can
any
appear
form.
in any form.
Yeah, that's
In
very
any
true.
form.
That's
That
very
in
true.
one situation you feel like practicing, go for it. Do not postpone it because you can't see physically a Guru.
So that's very true. When we are ready, things will fall in place. We will attract those situations, people in our life, and things will go on. So, not to stop. That is a beautiful message from Vyshnavi. And I must say, it's a great learning from both of you. I obliged by your wisdom and knowledge. You open everything in a right way, like what is righteous way, how to think, and what are the sciences behind everything. So these are the very important things one should know, and that practice is very important. So at last, a message to our audience from both of you.
The message of what I wanted to say is like, only solution for all the problems in our life. We have different problems, whatever it may be, name anything. So each person have different story, different problems. For every problem, if you want a solution, it is there only in the spirituality. Only spirituality can give, spiritual knowledge only can give the solution for all the problems in this world. And with that spiritual knowledge, if you want to implement that in your life and to solve your problems, you need to have a proper energy levels for that. And for energy levels, what you need to do is practice of meditation. And when your energy level rises, and when you implement that spiritual knowledge in your life, that problem will just go away. Any problem in our life will come to teach us that lesson. So if you are not learning, it will come on repeating in your life, and it will pop up you until you learn that. So if you implement this spiritual knowledge in your life with proper meditation sadhana, that will just evaporate. So what I say is, never leave this practice of meditation, and never leave learning of spiritual knowledge. So this is ultimate. This is a never-ending process. So till our last breath, we need to just keep on working on it. So this will only make us happy. So there is nothing else in this world.
Beautiful. And yes, Vaishnavi.
To whoever watching this entire interview, thank you so much for watching. But the last thing I wanted to say is, yes, meditation is really wonderful. We are all practicing meditation, but still we have to take care of our physical body too. Practice asanas, make use of that knowledge, practice pranayama or even happy kriyas and shatkarmas. It's all one step away. Go learn them, understand them, give it a try so that you'll be medicine free, you'll be having a happy life. But do not stuck in them. That's not yogi. Do not stuck in asanas. Take the next step, enjoy meditation, go to that samadhi state. Thank you.
Beautiful message. And the last thing, as you said, going into that samadhi.
That's the ultimate goal of yoga.
That's the ultimate goal of yoga. Yeah. And in meditation also, Patri sir guided in the same way. There's no difference in both of these things, right? So friends, you can connect Nikhil and Vyshnavi anytime. They are really great masters, and they born for this journey only. So more than you, they will be happy to support you. True. So that's a great privilege for me to invite both of you. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Vyshnavi, for joining us.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you
much.
so much.